nerderotic.com.
I just watched the penultimate episode of the entire series. First description I can come up with, it feels small. It feels like they've shrunk the show down. There's like barely any characters. We're kind of, I don't know, they're kind of spinning their wheels, treading water, fucking doing the same thing, trying to slowly figure out a way to stop Homelander for like an hour again.
But that was the plot of season 1. Like, killing Homelander was the plot of season 1. I expected it to go a bit more like Person of Interest, where it escalated over series, and by the end, you're trying to save things across the world. And it's like, no, we still just care about this one dude. That's all like everything's for.
That's what kills me about everything on this. It's every series almost, it builds up, and then they start stacking too many plates, and then they're like, oh, we got one season to drop all these plates. Fucking.
It's a mystery box.
Smash.
Why can we go talking?
Fucking speech therapy and fucking therapy and so much fucking TikTok. Because all you can say is oi, 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 cunt, cunt, cunt.
Shut up, bitch!
Dude.
Or she learned how to speak off camera.
Sorry, that was the big thing. I was like, what the fuck?
You know,
they should have given her a strong Asian accent. Homelander.
Spoilers that have come out.
I come to kill you.
Yeah. Oh, hi, Homelander. You die now. Okay, goodbye.
Also, though, if you remember last week, we did mention that we're right next to Homelander, who they proved in this that if you just tap on a building, he's right next to you instantaneously. And we're like, how on earth are they going to get away from him? He's right next to them. And I said, oh, they'll just magically teleport like they did the episode before. And they did it again. Everyone's just safe all of a sudden.
And then also, we got to be quiet because they're outside, but let's talk and argue really loud.
Yeah. No, the consistency and power scaling is just retarded at this point. And I was saying before, right? It doesn't feel like this is built up. His death is going to come out of nowhere, even though we kind of know who's going to do it. But that's only because we know this show is going to end. Other than that, this feels like it's the middle of the third season, and nothing really is, properly foreshadowed, and there's no overarching plot that's really giving us any substance.
That's because it was more important that we made Homelander into an Orange Man allegory, and we need to focus on, we have to mock Christians, we have to mock Republicans, we have to mock Trump. We have to keep doing that. Forget about the story. Like, don't try to apply logic to it. Don't apply like the tapping of the door that he could hear, and or the fact that all of the boys were there in the woods when he juiced up in the previous episode, and we just do a cliffhanger time skip where now everybody's doing something else. It's because you're not supposed to think about that. You're just supposed to see the satire. You're just supposed to see the allegory, and it's going to go down as badly as Stranger Things did.
Have you seen any of the Eric Kripke's interviews? He keeps talking about how if the finale's bad, everyone throws away the rest of the series, which, because it happened with Stranger Things, it's on his mind, and I think he knows people are going to hate it.
So this episode, Homelander, basically, he becomes Jesus. They do a trailer. They're testing some footage for Jesus coming down and putting his crown on Homelander, and they had some psychics there. They're psychotic psychics, so they were freed from prison, and they were doing their test screening with psychics, which is funny. I think that part is funny.
How many believed in their hearts that I am indeed the one true God? 6.
And it doesn't look like it's going to go over very well, but this feels like it needs way more time. And plus, it's fucking stupid. This is so far away from what they did in the comics. For all those people who made videos of the Boys series is so much better than the comics, you spoke way too fucking soon. Way too soon. And I'm not saying the comics are the greatest thing ever fucking written, but they are certainly better, and they have more intelligent criticisms of corporations and, power structures and superheroes as celebrities. Way better than whatever the fuck they're leaning into the Trump thing. That's all it is. And shitting on Christianity, which is so edgy, guys. Shitting.
Oh, yeah. It's just like they started with a good base. Season 1, pretty good. Had good satire. It was very funny. Characters are good. Carl Urban's awesome always. But it just completely lost its way. Whoa.
It looks like MODOK.
I know. I was like, oh shit, Cameron fucking went down real quick.
But it's just so sad. I think that's why a lot of people are surprised, and we've talked about before, and they're surprised because it was a good show at one point, and that's in the back of their head. And they continue watching this and they think, okay, it's leading somewhere. It's going to go somewhere that's going to be satisfying. And then with every episode, more and more find out, and we've seen it a million times, they go, oh, this is going absolutely nowhere, and it's only the satire show of Trump. He's literally sitting in the Oval Office right now, squishing people's heads and stuff. Like, it's just so tiresome, and it's not what the original season at least set out to satire.
When you're hitting like Game of Thrones, whatever these big shows are, we're on the last season. I think a lot of the audience goes, wait, how are they going to wrap this up with 5 episodes? Or how do they wrap this up in one more season? Because we all look at it and go, there's no fucking way you can close all these plots and not have massive issues, or everyone going, cool, I guess. What?
I haven't even caught up with season 4 myself, so I know there's open threads. There's open threads from season 2. So, Fake Wizard, how in the fuck do they close this out in one episode?
You know, it's funny because I said when the show started, I'm like, the only thing that can make this more interesting is going to be like a cure. They're going to have to figure out a way to nerf him, and like that's it. You're going to have to feel what it's like to be human. I was giving them too much credit. The only thing that's possible now is you're going to have Kimiko is going to zap him, and they're going to do some. And watch this. Look, so far we've been told there are no official spoilers out, but I'm going to make a prediction now. Let's see how it goes.
Okay.
It's going to be Kimiko zaps him, but it's not going to be enough to drain him of his full power. It's just going to neutralize the V1, because now we know the power, you can neutralize the V1. And then there's going to be a twist where it's like, I'm still Homelander. Pop the vial open. Somebody's going to have the virus, and he's going to die with the virus. And then they set it up in the last episode. Butcher is going to want to kill everybody. That was the whole scene with Kessler coming back. So it's going to be Yui or somebody is going to have to put down Butcher. And then that's going to be it. And they're going to keep everybody else alive. So we think that there's going to be a bloodbath. Watch the Deep live. We're going to end up seeing everybody live for the boys Mexico coming next year.
You know,
I still think she hits him with the beam, it strips him of everything, and then he gets impeached and put in prison. I still think they're going to carry on their Trump allegory right to the end.
It might be it.
But if they strip the V1 like you're saying, Fake Wizard, and then he gets the virus, I could totally see them having Huey or Butcher inject the virus into themselves and then give it to Homelander by kissing him on the mouth.
Wow.
That's exactly
Pedro Pascal guest star.
Yeah,
exactly.
Surprise guest star.
I'm just so ready for the show to be over. It's genuinely kind of torture. It's kind of torture to watch every week. It's just I click it and I just wait for it to fucking end. And I want everybody to die. I'm just ready to see everybody die.
Yeah, there's no likable characters.
There's no likable characters
one.
anymore. Starlight can go fuck off. Huey can go fuck off. Butcher can go fuck off. The Deep can, I don't know, go cry in a corner and fuck a fish. I'm just
where's that going?
And you're right. There's no. I have not thought about that aspect where the characters. I do not relate to anyone. I'm just like I don't care about like everyone's fighting or a dick. I just don't care anymore.
The only reason anyone is watching is because they set up in 2019. How do they kill Homelander? It has been the mystery box of this show, and so that is the only reason why it has any interest at all. Also, Anthony Starr happens to like carry every scene he's in, so he's a good actor for Homelander. But like, if you don't nail that, if you don't nail killing off Homelander, which you set up before COVID happened, then you're toast. God. No one's going to watch your spinoffs.
They're not. There's no way. There's no way in hell.
And like, remember, a primary character died in this last episode, and no one's even mentioned it because
Frenchie, crap.
And by the way, it was so cheap with the way they tried, and obvious, by the way, where they tried to make it really touchy-feely all of a sudden, where Frenchie's like, I think I will have kids with Kimiko. I really, really love her. It's like, well, gee, I wonder if they're going to kill him now.
He's dead. He's dead.
What's going to happen to him?
It came off so freaking cheap where they were just so desperate to make, quickly, we need to give you a reason to, care about this character, so I'm going to throw in some cheap lines that, that just came off fake and forced. Death means nothing in this show. It is thrown off as a comedy constantly, and then they actually try and play off a sad send away to Frenchie, who, by the way, it looked like Homelander ripped his balls off, by the way, and so there was that aspect. And then they want us to actually feel something about, someone who's dying, when this show doesn't give a crap about anyone. It kills off anyone and then plays it off as a laugh. And so you expect me to actually care about this? Now piss off. This show is a joke.
Chad, you're absolutely right. Even in the last season, they had set up the Victoria Newman character, and she was just torn in half for no reason, with no proper ending.
Yeah.
Everything that they were setting up with her, nothing, gone. And it was almost as if they don't know what they're doing. I think they have truly been blinded by the idea of it's just Trump focus, that there's nothing else There's no stories to tell with these characters.
There's no substance.
What a waste.
Well, Eric Kripke seasons ago did say, because someone said he feels like you're getting more into like about Trump and you're feeling more scared in the show about that kind of thing. Does that affect you? Yeah, our entire writers' room is petrified. We are terrified of what's happening in our country, and we had to write about it. And it's not just him; it's all the writers are all get together and just essentially seem to wind themselves up. So they think they're doing something really important with this, as everyone else is like, "What?"
It's like, okay, look, if you want to satire the president, that's fine, no problem with that. If you want to do that, but like every single scene with Homelander is the same scene over and over and over and over. It's boring. Like, do something else. That's all you have. You have a scene where somebody's afraid of him and then he kills him. That's every
Disbrew hit the point. And I know it's hard to conceive because it's so fucking retarded. But when people are sitting down to write an episode of The Boys or even Stranger Things or, pick a show, they're like, we have a platform. Yeah. It is important that we show our support for social justice. And, it's a crime to them not to do it. And I have a theory on this, and especially with actors who become activists or activists, I think they have a hard time working out in their mind that they pretend for a living and make so much fucking money. Now, I wouldn't feel guilty about it, but some of them do. So they go down this activist trap. And it makes them feel like they are doing something important because they know deep down that they're not doing anything important. They're pretending for a living and they're making a lot of money. Now, where they actually do the most good is when they actually entertain us. But they don't want to do that anymore. That's why so many things have become platforms for entertainment. So, yes, I think Kripke, when he sits down to write The Boys, a show where they talk about eating assholes and fucking ripping people in half, they're like, we're changing the world, man.
We're doing something important.
Yeah.
They spent like how many minutes of these two characters sniffing each other's ass, and I'm like, we're in the second to the last episode and they're just sniffing each other's ass.
And you had Little Caesar's crazy bread.
Stolen right off the counter.
You're a bad boy.
So hilarious. It's crude.
Why?
Oh my gosh.
But it's near criminal because they had said at the beginning of this season, oh, you guys got to buckle up because for episode 7, it's going to be a bloodbath. Episode 7 is going to be the big emotional send-off. Wait, so we just sat around talking about our feelings some more. We got another Soldier Boy and Homelander moment. We got Mother's Milk is complaining again. Starlight's complaining again. And we've got these two characters sniffing each other's asses. What are we doing here?
They don't know what they're doing. It's like Starlight is barely in the show.
But we got to know about her dad. I mean, I really was asking when they were going to close that loop.
Thank God.
So it's your fault.
The entire time I was just like, but what's the parents? Why hasn't she seen the dad? Oh, thank God they're closing this story out. I'm like, if we're about to send off a virus that might die, I don't know. And my human people, they're like, hey, this is what's going down. Everyone's about to die. Shit's going down. And I was the one, or one of my buddies was like, gotta go check out my dad. I'm like, before any time other than the week leading up to all of this shit.
Well, Eli, look, when you're dealing with women, sometimes they might not act the most rationally. Sometimes they might make bad decisions. I actually think that's the most believable thing about the show, that sometimes women will just fuck everything up.
Just flying off to do that. Like, oh, God.
Women. Well, Starlight still can't talk, by the way.
Half of the country thinks I'm not. Why do I even bother?
What the actual fuck did you just say to me right now? Get out of my sight.
She's had a bunch of plastic surgery, Eli, and I think they've actually made it better from last year. It was a little worse last year, and she's trying to pass it off on Graves' disease, which apparently gives you plastic surgery and bigger tits. Everybody in Hollywood's going to be running to get Graves' disease now. But yeah, she can't talk. They sit around fucking vaping for most of the time. And yeah, it feels like you're in the middle of season 3, right? Yeah. Not in your penultimate episode.
That's the best way to describe it. It feels like it's right in the middle of the story.
And Gen V got canceled twice in their own show that got canceled.
That's right. That's right.
Did they? I've never seen it. I've never watched that one.
Mm-hmm. So those two characters were set up in the Gen V show to be Homelander level. They were like Omega level mutants. And so her ability is she can bloodbend, and she could basically just like put her hand out and freeze him in place or just cause him to explode. Her and Homelander were in the same program of like ultimate level powers. And so that was the Gen V, was the build up to bringing her in. Like she was supposed to be part of the boys team. The Gen V crew was supposed to be in this season, and they just aren't. And then we get this big like payoff in episode 7. Yeah, you're not strong enough for this. Go home. We're gonna vape and complain about our feelings. Even though you could snap your fingers and kill Homelander, but it's all good. We got it from here.
Really?
Yeah.
That is unbelievable.
Let's get out of here.
Like, season 2 is literally her learning how to use her abilities to just control people's blood. Like at the molecular level, she could snap her fingers and somebody explodes.
Oh my gosh.
That's pretty powerful.
I have had complaints about the power scaling this show, that they're just, it's out the window. They're not trying to balance anything. And to hear this, that there is a powered person in this world that could kill Homelander like that, and they're just sidelining it, it's just that her power's inconsistent. That's just, I can't believe it, man.
Well, it kind of fucks your story when you have a character that powerful.
Well, it kind of fucks your story when the most interesting thing is your Trump allegory, and people still are tuning in to watch that completely. And sorry to spoil the comics, but Fake Wizard, what you said could be the ending with Huey and Butcher. I mean, that's kind of what happens in the comics. So,
okay.
But it's
definitely not going to happen then. They've not done the comics for any of the rest of the series. I don't know why they do the ending.
To tie it back together.
I think Disparu's right. I think he's going to get nerfed and get put in prison, and that's how it's going to end with an impeachment.
Because that would be their fantasy of what they want in real life. So this is how they could act it out. Because otherwise, I could see them using the comic ending so that then if people don't like it, they go, well, it's the source material. How could you not like the source material and use that as like a shield?
The very thing they ignore the entire fucking series.
They do that all the time. When my favorite one was with Female Muse with Daredevil Born Again, and they're like, she was in the comic. It's like, they created her in early 2025, like a year ago. All right, and it's probably for the series, so you could say that. But The Boys ends next week. Yeah, it's looking like Stranger Things ending, Game of Thrones ending. I mean, not as impactful, but people are already jumping off and going, yeah, I gave it a chance. Now, I was out season 2. I thought it was fucking lame from season 2. With the memes and the fucking incel and all that.
The incel one was the one that really kicked me. I was like, get out of here.
Well, just the whole
I never watched
the whole arc with Stormfront was just like,
girls get it done.
You know what it was? It was that. It was girls get it done, making fun of it, and then doing it in their own shows. Like, what is
this? Stormfront's a dude in the comics, for one. And it would have been a little more impactful, but they had to make this love it's fucking dumb. It's dumb.
Nerderotic.com. Please subscribe.